What's going on, guys? Don over at REI Automation. We had a question the other day regarding moving a number from one company to the other in your CallRail account. So many of you, when we set you up, have a buyer and a seller side company, and they're wanting to move one number from the seller side over to their cash buyer area. This can be the same thing if you're using like a Mojo company or a RVM company underneath your CallRail account to split out your different phone numbers. So you can see here we have a testing seller company right here. If I click on the phone book over here in a second, you'll see the seller phone numbers in this test account. And in order to move it from a seller side to a buyer side, you'll come over here and go to Manage Account. And you'll want to go to Active Numbers. And then, let's see if I can search. So what I'm going to do is move this test number 2 number and bulk action, move number. Now, any caller ID settings or responsive routing steps using the tracking number will be removed when it transfers. So just know if you have a call flow that is set up currently on this number, when you move it, it's going to drop that call flow. You're going to have to reset up a call flow once it's moved. So if we go ahead and move it to our Podio testing buyer side and click next, it's going to tell us, after we click this, route this number to a new destination. Let's see. We're going to route it to that number. And here in a second, it'll go ahead and complete the transfer. Once the transfer is complete, you'll want to go into the phone number itself and update the call flow. So it's already completed that transfer. I'm going to go ahead and get into the buyer side company. So give me a second. Okay, you can see we're now over in the buyer side company. Now, in order to do that from where we were before, how we were under the manage account, the only thing I had to do is click this logo or up here, and it would take us back to the main menu, and it would show you all of your companies and all of the data. And then once I got there, I simply selected the company that I wanted, which was the buyer side company. If we go to the phone book, that number that we moved is now going to be there. You can see we have 0 call flow set up. So this is what I'm talking about. You need to set up a new call flow. And the typical one that we set up is either going to be a greeting menu dial, or we're simply going to set up a blank one right here. And then sometimes we just send stuff to voicemail, but oftentimes it's one of the blank ones. And we create a call flow. Yes, we most likely are going to record almost everything we do. We send it to either an office phone or a cell phone here. Let's see if it'll let me do it with a random number. And in order to prevent the voicemail going to that cell phone or that office phone's voicemail, we want them to go to CallRail so that they come into the Beast Mode workspace. You'll click this button. What that does is anytime you answer the phone, it's going to tell you you need to press 1 to answer the phone. But it's also going to make it to where it prevents the voicemails from going on to that cell phone's voicemail or the office phone's voicemail. Typically, we do 30 seconds. We check the box, and then we do a voicemail right here. And if you want to create a recording, you go over to Play Recording, choose, and create. And then you can record and name it and then set up that voicemail. After you've saved this call flow, make sure you name it, save it. And if you go back to your phone numbers after you've saved it, go to the phone book, you'll be able to go ahead and pick a drop-down call flow right over here. All right, guys, just wanted to show you how to move over a number from seller side to buyer side, or you can do any order between that. And then make sure you have your call flow set up. If you do not have a call flow set up on any of your CallRail numbers or some of your CallRail numbers, if you're simply setting them up and they just forward like this right now where it's got no call flow, if it goes to that phone and the voicemail answers, it's always going to come into Beast Mode as a live answer because the notification being sent from CallRail says that it heard a voice, happens to be a voicemail, but it heard a voice, thinks it's a live call. Make sure you're using call flows. That'll make it to where the notifications that are coming in are going to be the correct missed call, voicemail, abandon, any of those. It's important to have a call flow set up on every single targeting number that you have for your marketing. All right, guys, I'm going to try to do this at least on a weekly, maybe more. Let me know what other questions you have, and we'll try to knock out some of these videos and put them onto Facebook Live and or the Facebook page, and we'll upload this as well into the Rizuku training. See ya.